Welcome to the Knowing What Counts podcast, the place where expert guidance meets smart financial decisions. Whether you're a high net worth individual or a thriving business, the experts at MP CPAs are here to help you protect and optimize your wealth. Let's get started, because success begins with knowing what counts.
Fringe benefits can be a valuable perk, but they come with tax implications that employees and employers need to consider. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Sophia Yvette, co-host and producer here in the studio today with Sam Moriarty, Tax Senior Associate at MP CPAs. Hi, Sam. How's it going today?
Good, thanks. How about you, Sophia?
It's going well for me, too. Thanks for asking, Sam. Now, can you introduce yourself to the audience and tell them a little bit more about your role at the firm?
Yes, my name is Sam Moriarty, and I'm a senior associate at the firm, and I have been at the firm for 23 years. Areas of my expertise include individuals, small businesses, estates, trusts, and nonprofits.
Now, what qualifies as a fringe benefit under IRS guidelines, and what are some examples?
So basically, a fringe benefit is considered any compensation that's beyond a normal salary, be it either a working condition fringe benefits or an actual paid benefit. These would include items like paid vacations, paid sick leave, 401k plan matching, or like a company fitness facility.
Now, why are fringe benefits important to employees and employers, and how do fringe benefits differ between the two?
Um, for employees, it's very important that they have good fringe benefits because it makes them feel more valuable, and their needs are met. In terms of things like health insurance or their or daycare. All those needs can be taken care of. Which helps, and which can improve the performance of an employee because they don't have to worry about those things. Now, on the other end, there's also, we look at employers, and it's important that, on the employer's end, that we attract the best employees, and, we keep morale going among a firm, and it's always good in the long term if we can keep our employees.
Most definitely. Now, what are the reporting requirements for fringe benefits?
Well, if the reporting, if the fringe benefits are taxable, then they are includable in the form W-2 that's issued to the employee as a wage. In addition, if they're non-taxable fringe benefits, they may also have to be reportable as well.
Interesting. Now, what are the tax implications on some of the more common fringe benefits?
One the common thing is if someone is an S corporation shareholder and they receive a W-2, the health insurance would be taxable there. If an employee receives something like a company vehicle, there would also be a inclusion in a W-2.
So, Sam, what are some of the lesser known fringe benefits that companies are offering to attract talent?
Well, Sophia, some common benefits that are now being offered are such things as pet-friendly workplaces and on-site gym facilities. Those are several I can think of.
Now, what are the consequences of improper reporting of fringe benefits? I'm sure they have some.
Yes, there could be penalties on an employer from underreporting wages when a benefit is required to be included in those wages, and that would result in FICA and unemployment taxes being underpaid. So they could be subject to a penalty.
And what is the penalty that they're subject to?
It's a what is known as it's an underpayment penalty, and they they go back and they assess a penalty, and then they will like accrue interest from the time that tax should have been paid. So they'll go back at a certain point in time and they'll say, well, you're supposed to have X amount at this date and you didn't, and now you'll be subject to the penalty. Oh, and then we add interest. Then interest is assessed on top of that by either the IRS or a state and or a state unemployment tax authority.
Wow. It sounds like it can get pricey.
Yes, it can.
Now, are there any?
Another one is errors in W-2 reporting could also mean, like for the employee, they could have to amend returns themselves for their personal return and pay penalties and interest for underpayment there too. So it affects the employee as well.
Wow. Now, are there any trends or innovations in fringe benefits that are becoming more common for employers to offer?
Yes. One common thing is, we're seeing it a lot now. Flexible schedules, with the pandemic happening, that's a really, big one, in a lot, and also remote working, which is related to that. Daycare reimbursement, that's another big issue right now. As some employees are required to return to the office. And another one I can, think of is a flexible spending accounts, which could either be used for, items like daycare or out-of-pocket medical expenses.
Now, what should someone do if they want to provide fringe benefits to their employees?
Well, one thing I would always suggest, Sophia, is that you meet with a attorney, preferably one that has experience in employment law, to make sure that your benefit offerings are being done properly and legally. There's a lot of complex rules that must be followed.
Wow. Well, Sam, thank you so much for sharing those helpful insights today with our listeners on fringe benefits. Maybe we'll catch you in the next episode. Have a fantastic rest of your day.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Knowing What Counts podcast. Ready to optimize your wealth and protect your future? Visit the mpgroupcpa.com or call 413-739-1800 to connect with our team of experts. Remember, success is about knowing what counts.